Previously on E-Ring.
Facing my own daughter scares me.
If I had a dad like you, I'd want to know him.
There was a damn spy walking around, and nobody saw fit to inform the CO of Special Ops.
Colonel.
The security of the nation depends on the men and women who serve in the 5 rings of the Pentagon. Before any military action can be taken anywhere in the world, the mission must be planned and approved in the outer and most important ring, the E-Ring.
It's been 3 hours, sir.
These procedures take time, Pierce. If they finish too quickly, that's a bad sign.
That's a jury, sir, not surgery. Dr. Vendetti, how is Colonel McNulty?
Well, he suffered an acute myocardial infarction.
Heart attack.
2 of his arteries were 90% blocked, so we performed a double bypass. He seems to be doing very well. He could be on his feet by tomorrow. That doesn't mean we start popping open a champagne. He needs to take it easy.
How long, sir?
At least a month.
Oh, good luck on that.
I'll make sure of it, sir.
Also, I'd like to notify next of kin.
He didn't have any next of kin. Just what you see here.
Venezuela radar air traffic control to unidentified aircraft. 50 kilometers west of Punta Brava, altitude 3,500 feet, heading 160 degrees south. Identify yourself.
This is flight November 9er Whiskey Papa en route to El Tolo, just outside Yaritagua on a humanitarian mission.
November 9er, please turn left to 105, vector to the military airfield in Valencia, over. I repeat, turn left to 105. Prepare to land at the military airfield in Valencia. November 9er, come in. November 9.
I thought he was dead, sir. And the fact that he's all alone at a time like this.
He's not alone. He's got us. Besides,
What?
Nothing.
Sir, please don't say besides and then go clandestine. What?
He's got a daughter, Pierce.
Did they say when he'll be back on his feet?
Well, knowing the Colonel, he'll be here 0:30 tomorrow.
Oh, please tell me you're kidding.
I never kid when it comes to a double bypass surgery, Miss Liston.
Miss Liston, news is reporting an American relief plane just crashed in Venezuela.
However, the Venezuelan president is claiming the humanitarian flight, which went down in the heavily canopied jungle of El Tolo, was actually a cover for a U.S. government-sponsored hit squad on their way to assassinate him. White House officials are calling the allegations ridiculous, noting that the flight was filled with doctors volunteering to help victims of last week's devastating mudslide, which killed 97 and injured hundreds more. Larry Kincaid, NBC News.
Well, another attempt by the Venezuelans to portray us as imperialistic bullies.
We did orchestrate a failed coup attempt back in 2002 when they were trying to nationalize their oil industry.
Ashley cross-index all actions, reports, memos, findings, packages, anything relating to Venezuela or their president.
From
OSD, NSA, JCS, CIA, DIA, and get this relief organization on the horn. I want to have my facts straight before I start slapping down the Venezuelans.
You don't think there's any truth to this assassination story, do you?
Well, I think I'm going to get a lot of questions from the press and the White House.
Breathe.
Breathe! Breathe! Ray! Ray!
It's over. Enough.
I sure could use a morphine shot right about now.
All our supplies were destroyed in the crash pit.
And it gets worse. Our ELT got trashed.
What's that?
Emergency locator transmitter. How's he?
We need to get him medevac to a hospital now.
Okay, I understand that, Doc. I just don't know what to tell you right now.
I'm gonna try and get a signal. Call Miami, okay? Just stay put.
Where am I gonna go?
Hello? Are you okay? Yeah, yes, hello. Hi, this is Dr. Kristen Neville.
Are there other survivors?
Yes. Yes, we have survivors. Hello? Hello? Hello, if you can hear me, my husband has suffered a severe spinal cord injury. We need help. Please, hello?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think most of you know Captain Miller. He's been named Acting Chief of Special Operations while Colonel McNulty is recuperating. He'll be briefing us on the plane crash in Venezuela.
Thank you, Miss Liston. 5 American emergency workers were on board, in addition to the pilot. Doctors Robert and Kristen Neville, a husband and wife team from Miami, survived. These people aren't just bleeding hearts. They walk the walk. Spearheaded the trip to El Tolo to help victims of last week's mudslide. We're still waiting to verify the names of the other passengers.
Do we know who owned the plane?
All that intel is still coming in, Colonel, but Venezuela's claimed that this is some kind of a plot.
That's total BS. Have we zeroed in on their location, Captain?
At 0955, NSA triangulated Dr. Neville's sat phone communication from this spot here.
I wonder if the Venezuelans intercepted the same transmission.
It's doubtful. However, NSA intercepted a second transmission. Apparently the Venezuelans have dispatched commandos with orders to find the survivors and arrest them.
If they believe these people are assassins, they could interrogate them, even torture them, get them to confess under duress, and jail them. How fast can you get to Venezuela, Colonel Tisnewski?
We could be playing right into their hands, Ms. Liston. If our special forces are detected, it's only going to support Venezuela's claims of U.S. aggression.
Well, I would love to hear a better suggestion.
Publicly cooperate with them. Lead the Venezuelans right to the crash site. At a minimum, our survivors will get aid and medical attention.
Or they could be tortured and convicted of treason in some sort of circus court.
Miss Liston's right, Colonel. Our relations with Venezuela couldn't be worse. They're dangerous and unpredictable. We don't want to give them the chance to harm these people or to rewrite history.
All I'm saying, Captain, is let's not get ahead of ourselves. Men plus guns can make a bad situation worse. Maybe the best solution here is a diplomatic one.
Captain Miller, draft up a joint staff form 136.
Yes, ma'am.
Colonel, get your team ready to go to Venezuela.
You don't want to do that again. Don't forget your mosquito repellent.
No mosquito repellent, all right? These commandos are elite. They know this jungle well. They'll smell you, sneak up on you, slit your throat, and eat your MREs while you're bleeding to death.
So what are the rules of engagement here, boss?
We do not fire unless fired upon. Let me repeat that for some of you knuckleheads. We do not fire unless fired upon. You got it? We're going to carry Russian AKs for deniability. An MC-130 is going to take us about 2 clicks from the crash site. For ingress here, that's phase line green. You miss the target, you're going to end up in the trees.
You need a push? Drop zone coming up! Go! Go, 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 go!
We're going to exit at about 30,000 feet AGL.
Get stable. Form on me.
I'm going to be primary compass in the air, Bobby. You'll be secondary. We'll track as far as possible. We'll then come out of our delta at around 2,500 feet. We'll pull at 1,500 AGL. Form up on me. We'll fly into the drop zone. All right, we're going to cache our chutes, start tracking on GPS, and be on the move hopefully in under 4 minutes. Now, we're going to make our way to the crash site. Collect the survivors, next fill along the Gulf of Triste coast to an extraction site here, just north of Puerto Cabello.
Man, there are some great surf spots up along there.
Fortunately, the only rides we're going to catch are from SEAL Team 6 and 2 combat raiding crafts, which are going to take us back to the USS Carl Vinson and home in time for the Wizards game.
What's the distance between the crash site and where SEAL Team 6 is picking us up?
15 kilometers.
15? Oh, man. No more cheeseburgers for this kid.
Well, why would I see that? I mean, why not just chopper us in and out?
Too dangerous. Venezuela has some sophisticated anti-narcotics radar. Most of that jungle's triple canopy. Any other questions? All right, then. Charlie, you take point.
Okay, boss. Let's move out.
So, how's my ticker, Nurse Ratchet?
For a triathlete, terrible. But for a man who just had a double bypass, not bad.
You know, a warm sponge bath would be nice.
Colonel, if I sponged you, they'd have to replace all of your arteries.
You two having a party in here? What's going on?
Get this woman out of here, will you?
I'll send Bruno in for that sponge bath.
Yeah, you do that. No, did you bring my cigars?
No, sir, I did not.
Well, I hope Captain Miller is making your life miserable.
Oh, no, sir. He's an officer and a gentleman, and he's eager for my input.
Your input on what? I am dying in this damn room, Pierce. Now, you give me some intel on what's happening in that building. Top secret and compartmentalized is preferred.
Colonel Tisnewski took a team to Venezuela.
That aid agency plane on the news.
Yes, sir.
So Sonny sent him in to exfil the survivors. And how they getting out?
By sea.
And whose idea was that?
Captain Miller's.
Yeah, just like a squid. Well, I'll be back in a week or two.
Sir, you know that depends on the medical board.
Oh, to hell with the medical board. Don't they know that a man's life is extended by 10 years after a heart attack?
That's if you change your lifestyle. And there's something else you should know, sir.
What? I got brain cancer, too?
I contacted your daughter. Colonel Tisnewski told me not to, but I did it anyway.
That's none of your damn business, Pierce.
Sir, you are my business. And I think 35 years of not knowing her is enough. You dodged a bullet. You may not be so lucky the next time. You really want to meet your maker without meeting your daughter first?
Well, that's just inspirational, Pierce.
She wants to come meet you, sir.
Here? I'm sure as hell not going to meet my daughter in a hospital gown with my ass hanging out. Now, you keep her away from here. Sir. Now, that's an order. And I swear to God, you'll be meeting your maker if you don't follow it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, gosh, sorry, Larry.
Not at all, Miss Liston. You're just the person I was hoping to run into. Figuratively speaking, of course.
You know, I'm busy right now. Call me.
Is it true?
Probably not, if you have to ask.
The plane that crashed in Venezuela was carrying American assassins?
You perpetuate the myth, Larry. You do know that, right?
Suppose I told you the Venezuelans had evidence. Just before the flight went down, Caracas police arrested a man named Paul Mendoza. He's American, works for Odysseus Petroleum.
And this is according to one of your many anonymous sources down there.
Claims they caught Mendoza taking photos in El Tolo, the village where the mudslide occurred, where the president of Venezuela was scheduled to make an appearance.
So they arrested him for taking pictures.
When local policia asked to see his camera, Mendoza ran. He was captured, interrogated.
You mean tortured?
He confessed to being the advance man for a team hired to assassinate their president. A plot the Venezuelans say also included
individuals on this humanitarian flight that crashed.
That's why Venezuelan air traffic control ordered the plane to land, so they could question these individuals about their connection to Mendoza.
Oh, come on, Larry. You've been at the Pentagon for what, 20 years? How many times has the U.S. government used emergency relief workers as cover for black ops?
You tell me.
Never. Doctors, clergy, press, strictly off limits.
So you're saying there are no U.S. forces in Venezuela?
Absolutely not.
Take it easy, take it easy. I'm not gonna hurt you. Dr. Neville, I've been given orders to get you out of here. Now I'm gonna ask you a few questions. When you respond, I want you to talk quietly, you understand? Good. Who are these two men?
I'm Brian Sheffer. I'm the pilot. I'm in charge here.
My name's Januzzi. We're American. Are you here to help us? What about him?
It's my husband. I think he broke a vertebrae in the crash, but I can't tell for sure.
All right. What about the dead?
We buried them. I didn't want the animals to get them. Who are you?
We're here to rescue you.
That's not what I asked.
U.S. Army.
Army? Aren't the Venezuelans sending a rescue team?
That's not gonna happen. They think you're part of a plot to assassinate their president.
What?
They've sent an entire platoon of commandos out to find you, bring you back, and no doubt interrogate you, throw you into jail. My bosses thought it was a good idea to get to you first.
How far is your chopper?
We're gonna go out on foot.
How far?
15 kilometers.
15 kilometers? My husband will be dead after 5. He's developed a staph infection. All our supplies were destroyed in the crash. He needs to be medevaced out of here now. Hey, stop!
Ma'am, now my men are trained in battlefield medicine. And we have orders to get all you survivors out of here, and that's what I intend to do. All right, get him on the stretcher. Immobilize him. We need to get out of here now.
My husband and I are staying here.
Look, your lives are my responsibility now, and I take that very seriously. No arguments.
Keep your hands off him.
Control, acabamos de escuchar un grito a unos 100 metros de distancia.
My husband is going to die if he doesn't get professional medical attention. Why don't you and your army buddies just put him down and we'll take our chances?
Because we have orders, ma'am.
Yeah, you have orders, not us.
Well, today you do too.
You know what? I want to know where you're taking us, and I want to know right now.
If I explain it to you, promise to shut up.
I might.
Our ride home is back toward those dogs. Now, those dogs, they have masters. And all those masters have weapons. So the first thing we have to do is take those dogs out. We're gonna take a line of draw up this hill, cover the hill with Charlie's own special blend of cayenne pepper to neutralize the dogs. Sneak our way back down, head back toward that marsh we just came from, head north through it, get the dogs off our scent, and head on home with nobody the wiser. So you got it now?
Got it.
Good.
According to the FBI, Mendoza has no ties to the U.S. government. He works for Odysseus Petroleum as part of a survey team.
There are hundreds of Americans working down there. What makes Mendoza so special?
I don't know, but during my search for Venezuelan-related actions, I found this. Wasn't even listed as top secret.
Continental Stratagems.
It's a think tank based in Falls Church. 8 months ago, the CIA commissioned a study from them.
Incredible scenarios following the assassination of the president of Venezuela.
Apparently, our government has had some serious discussions about killing this guy.
We have serious discussions about killing a lot of people. Doesn't mean we act on them.
Well, I just wanted to give you a heads up. One think tank study doesn't mean anything on its own. It could just be a coincidence.
Or it could be one of these survivors is an assassin. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to play detective. Got to concentrate on getting them out.
Of course, but so far all the names check out clean, so I'm just having our people do more thorough background checks to be sure.
Copy that. Fellas, I want you to keep an eye on these people. Let me know if anything smells fishy.
What's going on?
Could be they're not all great humanitarians.
Dear Colonel McNulty, pursuant to the recommendation of the Physical Evaluation Board liaison officer, you're hereby placed on temporary disability retired list. What the hell does this mean, Pierce?
I think it's pretty obvious, sir.
Well, damn it, they can't just put me out to pasture. I'm already a damn desk jockey.
It's one of the most stressful jobs in the Pentagon, sir. I guess they didn't want to risk another episode.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure the Army made this decision over their concern for me.
Sir, if you don't calm down, the Army's going to be paying your death gratuity rather than your retirement benefits.
Don't you tell me to calm down. And don't you expect me to roll over for some damn bureaucrats. Now, you take a letter to,
Knock, knock.
I thought I told you not.
Don't blame her. She told me you didn't want to see me, but I came anyway. We spoke on the phone. I'm Aaron Barrett, his daughter.
Cuando aterricemos, muévanse al borde de la selva a establecer una zona de seguridad.
Vamos, vamos, vamos! You gotta be on the run from Venezuelan commandos. This sure is a beautiful place to be doing it. Look at the color of those ferns.
You're a real tree hugger, huh?
Well, let's just say I'd rather, grow something than kill it.
Come on, Doc. You gotta stay awake.
Keep my eyes open.
Your old lady gave me strict orders to keep you awake, and I'm gonna follow them. So where'd you meet anyway, huh? Turkey? India?
Sri Lanka. Right after the tsunami. I spent 6 months over there.
You get married over there?
What, are you writing a book?
Hey, try not to break off any branches, all right? Just slide on by as silently as possible. Don't give them a chance to track us.
When Jocelyn called and told me my father had a heart attack and that I should come see him, I thought she meant my real... I mean, father who raised me.
Well, the man who raised you, he is your real father.
Do you have any other family?
Nope, just the Army. And it looks like they're divorcing me now that I'm in here.
Sorry.
Ah, it's their loss. You probably wonder why...
My mother told me that you were listed as missing in action and she thought you were dead. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm sorry I'm wearing a dress.
I'm a parent now, too. And when I look at my son, I don't understand how you can be responsible for bringing a life into the world and then want nothing to do with it. Didn't you ever want to know me?
Of course I did. I've thought about you every day of your life. But, you know, last Thanksgiving, I drove by and I saw you and your son for a few seconds, and then I got cold feet and I hightailed it out of there.
that was you.
Yeah.
I almost contacted you lots of times. Once I actually called the Pentagon. But then I figured if you really wanted to know me, you would have made an effort.
Yeah, well, at first I didn't want to cause your mom and her new husband any problems. Then as time went by, I guess, I was just scared that you didn't want to have anything to do with me.
I thought the same thing about you.
Well, I guess it runs in the genes, huh?
I should go.
No, you don't have to.
No, I need to pick up my son.
Aaron.
You hungry? Got a protein bar. We got company.
Flanco derecho. Alto.
No! Put it down, now!
Easy, easy. He was calling in reinforcements.
Down or die!
Relax. What the hell is this?
Shut up.
He was calling in reinforcements. They would have killed us.
I said, shut the hell up, you dumb son of a bitch. Dr. Neville. All right. Who the hell are you?
I told you, I was hired to fly these people to Caracas.
Where'd you get that weapon?
What, you think I'm gonna be the only man in Venezuela who doesn't carry a gun? Think again.
Anybody else have a weapon?
Boss. Team leader's got one in the heart and one in the head. Maybe this guy is a hired gun.
Listen, sport. You want to tell me your real name? Or am I going to leave you here for the Venezuelans to find?
I can't do that. I'm an American citizen.
Try me.
Care to comment on this?
Credible scenarios following the assassination of the president of Venezuela. I'm familiar with it. It's a think tank study, nothing more.
Don't you think it lends credence to the Venezuelans' claim of an assassination attempt?
Larry, back in May of 2002, the Venezuelan president claimed that their radar picked up a strong presence of military vessels and aircraft in their waters and airspace. 5 months later, he claimed he escaped a U.S.-sponsored assassination attempt. And they say Castro's paranoid.
If this were a standalone item, I'd agree with you. But combine it with a flight that mysteriously crashes in good weather after getting picked up by Venezuelan radar, the arrest of Paul Mendoza, his subsequent confession, it's starting to look like a duck, Sam.
Yeah, well, we'll all know the truth tonight on the evening news, won't we?
Come on, Sam. After 22 years in the building, I can tell there's an operation going on just from who's not in line in the cafeteria.
How many dead?
4 bodies.
Oh, God.
My guys had to return fire. It would have been worse.
Oh, I'm not blaming you.
No blame at this point doesn't do anybody any good. The guy was traveling under a false passport. He tells me his true name is Thomas Pate. That could be another lie, but he seems pretty eager to avoid capture by the Venezuelans.
Okay, I'll let the FBI know.
Roger that.
Puma 6 está muerto. Puma 6 está muerto. Todos están muertos. Creo que se dirige hacia la costa. Muy bien, enseguida. ¡Vamos, muchachos, vamos!
After the killing of 4 of their soldiers, Venezuelan armed forces are scrambling more aircraft. Troops have amassed at all known escape routes. Ships are monitoring the shoreline at Golfo Triste. There's no way SEAL Team 6 can get past those patrols. We need to come up with an alternative exfiltration plan.
They're gonna have to reverse direction, head back into the jungle.
Zoom out to 300 miles. The Theodore Roosevelt Battle Group is executing carrier calls off the coast of Aruba. That's only 300 kilometers from the crash site. We'll airlift them by helo.
The Venezuelans are on full alert, Captain. How do you expect to get past their radar?
Tell them to jam the sucker.
Sir, how do you jam the radar of an entire country?
Did you ever hear of beacon jamming, Master Sergeant Pierce?
Sir, even if you explained it to me, I'm just a Master Sergeant. You've been medically retired. How would we sell that to the building?
Didn't you tell me that Captain Miller was eager for your input?
First, we send up a trial balloon, sir, an unmanned aircraft, if we can get one from the Air Force. Then we purposefully encroach on Venezuelan airspace in a broad sweep around the extraction site. That plane will light up their radar like New Year's Eve in Times Square. Our satellites will pick up their radar positions and coverage. We'll know which ones to jam and where the optimal extraction point is in the gap. And in a rotating fashion, we'll jam them, make it look like a weather-related interference.
By the time they think something's going on, our guys will be feet wet and on their way back to the carrier.
Sir.
Well, the FBI came up big on Thomas Pate, also known as Brian Sheffer.
Let me guess, he's a mercenary.
5 years working for the French Foreign Legion, 3 years as a private military contractor protecting oil pipelines for Odysseus Petroleum.
Odysseus, why does that name sound familiar?
It's a multinational corporation with substantial oil interests in Venezuela. According to their internal documents, they used a shell company to donate the plane for the supposed mission down to El Tolo.
So the Venezuelans were right about the plot to assassinate the president, only Odysseus was behind it, not the U.S. government.
Can I get some water? So thirsty, thank you.
Pate's name also came up connected to another merc, former Army medic David Petrocelli. One of his known aliases is Raymond Januzzi.
Come on, let's go, let's go!
Charlie, hey.
Yeah, you got a slight concussion.
I'm fine, just get me up.
No, well, hold on. Just rest for a few minutes.
We don't have a few minutes.
What happened?
That granola crunching hippie got me good. So much for nonviolence.
So how long have you known this Januzzi?
Just started working with us a few days ago. I don't understand why they would just take off on their own like
Because
that.
they knew we were onto them. Figured that we were going to hand them over to U.S. authorities. They were going to spend a long time in prison. Guess they decided they were better off on their own.
Just let them go. You're not the police.
We killed Venezuelan troops on their own soil. It gives credence to their claim that we're trying to assassinate their president.
So now we gotta tell the world the truth. We gotta produce the guilty parties.
Charlie, I want you to get everyone back to the exfil point. If we're not there by 1500 hours, you get these people home.
We're not leaving without you.
I'm giving you an order, Sergeant. You ready to go home?
Yeah.
What you're about to see, I didn't show. What you're about to hear, I didn't say. Agreed?
Agreed.
After what you told me, I had the DIA dig up everything they could on Odysseus Petroleum and its subsidiaries. These pictures are of the Venezuelan oil minister meeting with Chinese officials last year.
Sam, everybody knows Venezuela is looking to make oil deals with China.
So why the secret meeting in Paris? Look at the other folder.
Bank statements?
Millions of dollars wired from the First Federal Bank of China to the Venezuelan president's offshore accounts.
He's going to try to convince his National Assembly to seize the assets of foreign oil companies and go into business with China instead.
And the Chinese have been providing some serious incentives to make this happen. China desperately needs reliable supplies of crude oil, and they'll do anything they can to get an economic foothold in South America.
So to persuade the National Assembly, they fabricated this phony assassination plot?
No, the assassination plot was real. It just wasn't ours.
Whose then?
Odysseus Petroleum. They found out the Venezuelans were intending to appropriate billions of dollars of their assets, so they decided to take him out.
Samantha, this is huge. Why are you giving me all of this?
Oh, believe me, I'm giving it all to the FBI as well, so they can build a case against Odysseus. But it's important that we get our side out there in the press, so that the world knows that the U.S. government is not responsible.
And what about those 4 dead Venezuelan soldiers? Who's responsible for them?
All right. If I were trying to find my way out of here, I'd head for the nearest population center. Puerto Cabello.
What about that road there?
Nah, Venezuelan security will be all over that. They'll probably take this path here along the 270-degree azimuth, where security won't be beefed up as high. I was thinking this little goat trail over here, about 2 clicks out. It's time for you to be the bait, Bob.
Come on, man. I did it last time.
Hey, leadership has its privileges.
Our team is almost to the exfiltration point. Okay, let's launch the helo. Beckett them to the airlift site and commence jamming.
Jamming of Venezuelan radar initiated.
So far, so good, Master Sergeant.
Aye, sir. Excuse me, Captain. You are no condition.
I'm not gonna sit in a hospital bed when my boys are out there.
Colonel McNulty,
Ma'am?
looks like your plan is working, Master Sergeant Pierce.
Wasn't my plan, ma'am.
Could I have a word with you, please?
Certainly.
Colonel McNulty just had heart surgery. Don't you think we should get him back to the hospital?
Would you mind explaining something to me? Because I'm having a really hard time trying to figure it all out.
What's that?
That man has spent 40 hard years of his life helping to build this company into what it is today. The biggest, richest, and baddest military around.
I don't disagree with you.
So how is it that he could possibly be fired by a letter?
This wasn't my call, Master Sergeant. It was the med board's. I'm sorry.
You don't think you have a responsibility to fight for him?
I beg your pardon?
You know deep down you would not have this job if it weren't for him.
I can't reverse a decision made by the medical board.
You're an assistant secretary of defense now. Call in some favors, use your influence. Do what he did for you.
Madam Secretary, you might want to see this. They just went feet dry. ETA to the extraction point is 4 minutes.
JT, come in. JT, come in.
What the hell are you, man? Guess you ain't around, huh? Hands behind your head, sport. I'm gonna make this quick and painless as a professional courtesy, one in the back of the head.
Yeah, that's real nice of you. Now, you kill me, my friends are gonna find you. It's not a hole you can hide in.
Oh, what do you think? We're gonna let you take us back so we can rot in jail? Besides, we didn't kill you. The Venezuelan army did.
Right after you killed their troops.
All right, set it down, sport. Very carefully.
That's a nice little trick. Only you shoot me, all I gotta do is squeeze.
I'm gonna count to 3. If that weapon isn't on the ground by 3, you both die. 1.
Just shoot him.
I swear to God, I'm taking him with me. 2. Dead. Get up. Get up! Didn't have to be this way. Go, 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 go!
We got less than 2 minutes to get to the extraction site, F.A.
Go, 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 go! We gotta get out of here!
Just give me 2 more minutes!
How do you scare you 5? We're sitting ducks here. Saber 6 to 1, Saber 6 to 1, come in!
Go ahead, Saber 6.
You got those people safe?
Roger that. Watch it 20.
Stand by! Down, down, down! 1, 3, 5.
7, 9, or 3.
Hang on, we'll be right there.
Go, 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 go! Let's go, buddy. Move it out, move it out!
I was starting to get worried about you, Saber 6.
They're right on our ass, 1. Lay down some cover fire.
Roger that. All right, right here. You try anything cute, it's gonna put your ass to sleep. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
JT. Let's get the hell out of here!
Can I get you anything from the mess, Doc? They got near beer. It's cold even.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. And listen, I just wanted to say to you that I apologize. I was a little hard on you out there.
I'm just glad my husband's life was in your hands and not the Venezuelans.
Is that a thank you?
Well, It's the closest you're gonna get to one.
I'll take it.
According to FBI officials, Januzzi confessed he was indeed contracted by Odysseus Petroleum to kill the Venezuelan president. A high-ranking U.S. government official says the aborted attempt was a preemptive strike to prevent the Venezuelans from seizing their oil exploration and production assets and selling them to China. Meanwhile, executives at Odysseus disavowed any responsibility and denied connection with either Sheffer or Januzzi.
The Venezuelans are going to claim that Odysseus was just a front for the CIA. You think the public will buy our version of the story?
It's the truth.
Well, it was a good run. I'm going to miss it here. And I'm even going to miss you, Sonny.
Well, I'm not going to miss you at all. Because you're not going anywhere.
From the Assistant Secretary for Health Affairs?
I convinced them it was imperative that you stay on the job for national security reasons. This country needs you. And so do I.
I don't know what to say.
Well, your returning to work is contingent upon your taking time to recuperate. That means stay away until Monday. Copy that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now go home.
Pierce? I will see you tomorrow at 05:30.
No, you won't, sir. Next Monday. I mean it.
Come on.
I mean it, sir.
No, no.
I mean it.
Mind if I have a seat? I made the decision to stay away, Aaron. And I accept the consequences. Please, Aaron, look at me. It doesn't mean I think I was right.
Welcome home.
So, mission accomplished.
You know, maybe if I had listened to you.
Oh, hey, nobody can guess what would have happened. I mean, yeah, maybe those soldiers wouldn't have died, but maybe those American doctors would have. It's perfectly normal to second-guess yourself.
You know, you didn't want to do this one. So I have to own it.
You know, the first time I gave orders that resulted in people dying, it helped to talk about it. The fact is, it never gets any easier.
Keep that in mind.
Kid's got a sweet stroke.
His dad likes to work with him.
MBA's always looking for white guys.
Jack, come here a second, honey. I want you to meet someone very special. Yeah.
Hello, Jack. Nice, strong name your parents gave you.
Thanks.
Who are you?
Colonel.
You want to go for a beer? Wait inside.